In a world of noise, we choose clarity.
Go to the oppressed. Go to the downtrodden. Go to the exploited. Go to the people who don't know who they are. Who are lost in knowledge of themselves and who are strangers in a land that is not theirs. Go to those people. Go to the slaves. Go to the second-class citizens. Go to the ones who are suffering the brunt of Caesar's brutality. And if Jesus were here in America today, he wouldn't be going to the white man. The white man is the oppressor. He would be going to the oppressed. He would be going to the humble. He would be going to the lowly. He would be going to the rejected and the despised. He would be going to the so-called American Negro.
Basically, we're poor righteous teachers. And we strive to civilize people that don't have no knowledge of themselves. If a person is living a life of wickedness or doing evil,
in a world
it's
of
our
noise,
duty as civilized people, as fathers, to
choose clarity.
strive to educate them, to put them on the proper path.
In a world of noise,
sin, bondage, come on, getting kicked around in life and taken advantage of, to another place, a good place, a land that flows with milk and honey. How many of y'all think that sounds like a better deal? I'll take milk and honey over bondage and beatings any day of the week.
Did you do it? Now, cipher God, I let that savage God, live. Did you do it? Now, cipher God, I let that savage God, live. Did you do it? Now, cipher God, I let that savage live. Did you do it? Now, cipher God, I let the savage live.
The things we're going to have to sit down and address, you know what I'm saying? Before we deal with the pigs, before we deal with the crackers, we're going to have to deal with ourselves. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And the hundreds and thousands of years that we've been being fighting, stripped mentally and brutalized and all these other things, man, we gonna have to deal with, you know what I'm saying? Like, before we get to the pig, we gonna have to have a civil war. You know what I'm saying? As they say in Islam, jihad, the first jihad is personal. You know what I'm saying? A war within yourself, you know what I'm saying? To better yourself as a human being. Then as we deal with that war within ourselves, that personal jihad, then we're going to have to come out here to our community. You know what I'm saying? And have a civil war. Then when we deal with the civil war and we close ranks and we get the weak from amongst us, then we deal with the war with these pigs and everybody else.
Yeah.
To them steps. Why are we even dealing with police brutality like that picture I sent you over in front of the house? If you jump out the car and you look to your left and you look to your right, you ain't gonna think you coming to deal with humans. You gonna say, yo, these some nasty ass niggas that live here. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And to tell you the truth, is many I could blame. The only reason I put this on myself and ourselves, because we could make the difference. But to tell you about all rights, it's the landlords that's first supposed to deal with it, because it's their properties. You know what I'm saying? Then it's the city that's also supposed to deal with it, because the way they're collecting the trash and whatever, the trash is falling back on the ground and spreading, you know what I'm saying, and going all over the place. You know what I'm saying? I just put it on the people because I ain't got time for them to deal with it. You know what I'm saying? So I can deal with it. You know what I'm saying?
I mean, you know, the tenants hold some responsibility as well.
Yeah.
Right? You gotta, you gotta be mindful, or how you want your immediate surroundings, community, or whatever, how you want it to look, you know what I mean? So in other words, just because I'm renting don't mean I can just go ahead and throw the trash out and say that's the landlord's responsibility.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? You gotta go and say, okay, well, let me look, if you want to live decent, it depends on, you know what I mean, how individual want to live, like, you know what I mean?
Yeah. Well, I'm doing it from the legal aspect. From when I looked at it real quick, this is the landlord is supposed to handle the trash in front of their house and the trash around their property. You know what I'm
The
saying?
supposed to do what?
The landlord is supposed to handle the trash in front of their building and around their property. You know what I'm saying? That's what it said legally. You know what I'm saying? It said one of the people that's supposed to handle the trash. Then after the landlord was the city. You know what I'm saying? And so I understand what you're saying, and what you're saying is right too. You know what I'm saying? What I'm saying is if you walk down Fifth Avenue, or you walk down any business in New York or any places in New York, the landlord got somebody or them themselves is sweeping in front of their property. You know what I'm saying?
No doubt.
For our shit to be looking like it's looking, it's all of them people is complicit in it. You know what I'm saying? The tenant, the landlord, the city. It's no reason for the trash to be looking like that on the streets. And people that been to Harvard and all these other institutions can't come up with a way to address that. You know what I'm saying? It invites crime. You know what I'm saying? And all other type of shit. To have your shit to look at like like the shit don't make no sense, bro. You know what I'm saying? Like we've all seen it. We see trash comes back out of the trucks and all that other type of shit. You know what I'm saying? But yes, the people's supposed to clean that up, but yo, the shit is just ridiculous. The freshness and all the other shit that we just deal with as a people, it just have us stuck. And we're just stuck with, like, it just become acceptable certain behaviors and certain things from us. Okay? To the point where we labeling our young people, young niggas, YNs. We're not even labeling them. That's like we taking the humanity from them. You know what I'm saying? We're not even labeling them young people, young children, teenagers.
Culture is not prevalent, man. Culture is not prevalent, God. And so, you know, their behavior is you know, is going to match the mentality. The expression going to match the mentality. That's what I'm saying. We have no moral construct anymore. You know what I mean? That's why everything we do is up the bottom. You know? Young niggas and you know what I mean? Instead of young men and, you know, like, you know, I'd be like, yo, King, and you know, I say, King, yo, what up, God? What up, King? Like, you know, I'm trying to wake something up on the inside.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? But, yo, like my man, Truck, he has sent me a picture, right? And the picture is of the brother. I guess he was born in the nation. He said the whole family is, you know, part of the nation. But the young brother took the universal flag, took the 7 out and put a gun in it, facing down. And I was like, yo, you don't desecrate the flag like that. Like who did that?
Yeah.
But, you know, my point for saying that is it's showing you where the mentality is.
Yeah.
So it was a time you get killed for doing some shit like that.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? But it's the mentality. So even culture is taking a hit. They're using culture and blending it with this street shit, you know. And I think he called himself criminal guard. I'm like, yo, how does that even, that's a paradox.
Yeah.
Right? How does that even make sense? You know what I mean? And I said, if he, you know, I can understand if he was, you know, 12, 13, and, you know, you could charge it to, but these people is over 30, over 40, like.
Or a criminal like Mamiya or something.
Nah, because Mamiya is not a criminal, God.
But you know that legally and how they look at him, he's a criminal.
Yeah, but he's not. He wouldn't call himself no criminal guard.
Yeah.
Mamiya wouldn't belittle himself like that.
Yeah.
Because he know that shit makes no sense. That's like devil angel. Get the fuck out of here.
Yeah.
Like, you know what I mean? But it shows you the mentality. It's like even culture, our culture, it's like we don't take anything serious. We don't hold fast to anything. We don't, you know, everything is like a joke to us. All right, like, you know, there was a time, even when Elon Musk did that Heil Hitler shit, the first thing we expected was what? For him to get pushed back. Because we know the Jews don't play with their culture when it comes to their culture.
Yeah.
Right? You can't desecrate their culture and get away with it. Them niggas are finished.
That shit was all on the surface though, as we see. That shit was all.
But my point is how people protect their culture. Everybody except for us.
Yeah.
We don't take shit serious. Like, we okay with shit going downhill and not trying to stop. You know, bullshit. You know, it's like, yo, man. And it's you know, it's our minds is screwed up, God. Our minds is screwed up, God. And I know things change. You know, everything is subjected under change. I get that. But you know, it used to be a time you go to a rally, you couldn't even get in. It was so crowded.
Yeah.
Now it's empty seats. You know what I mean? Because it's like, yo, you know, they say, oh, that was a fad. Like, come on, man. But you go to the Jewish synagogue, their numbers always increase.
Yeah.
Because their shit is serious. They take it serious and they protect it. You know?
Yeah. But even the rank and file protected, but even since more of the knowledge is exposed and it's flowing, we see the behind the scenes that I see what you're saying, but the elites don't even take it that serious. You know what I'm saying? But I see what you're saying. You know what I'm saying?
The elites don't take what serious?
Like how it's being exposed, like how a lot of them Jews and Muslims and all that is in cahoots with each other. You know what I'm saying? Like this, the shit that the poor, the people, the rank and file get outraged about. You know what I'm saying? These dudes be behind the scene. Nobody came to the help of the Palestinians except the Yemenis and the Lebanese and all them type of people. You know what I'm saying? But the Saudis and all them Jordan and Egypt and all them Arab Muslim nations, they didn't come to the aid of their fellow Palestinian. The Egyptians wouldn't even open up the border crossing to get in aid and to help their brothers or sisters or to let them into Egypt. You know what I'm saying? We see that in business deals and in construction, in Dubai and all these other places. They all in cahoots with each other. You know what I'm saying? They don't want to stop the flow of that money. They don't want to stop the flow of all of that stuff that they're doing. You know what I'm saying? A lot of the airspace that's being used to bomb Iran and all that, being allowed by Muslim countries. You know what I'm saying? The Israelis and Americans can't get to Iran if all these other Muslim countries don't get permission. You know what I'm saying? And we know that there's a divide between the different Muslims because one's Sunni and one's Shiite. So of course the enemy is going to use that divide. You know what I'm saying? The Sunnis, Muslims don't want the Shiites there. You know what I'm saying? And all that other type stuff, like the Shiite Muslims got their own place in their own holy places where they go with what's their Meccas. You know what I'm saying? And in Iran and Iraq and all that other type stuff. So there's a lot of divide that's being used right there, and them Jews is in cahoots. Like I've read somewhere, I seen somewhere that there was Zionists that was in cahoots with the Germans, with the Nazis. You know what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. Back when all that shit was starting off in Germany. You know what I'm saying? And all that. So all these different religions always been, you know what I'm saying? Like how they say the enemy of my enemy is my friend or whatever type shit. You know what I'm saying? That shit's always been like when when the skinheads was going to the different campus universities and beating up the Arab protesters. You know what I'm saying? The skinheads saw the unity in using the Jews for the cause to get to the Arabs. You know what I'm saying? The Jews saw the way they could unite with the skinheads to get to the Arabs. You know what I'm saying? Where the skinheads, you know what I'm saying, they used the Asians to knock out affirmative action. You know what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. Like these dudes, cultures and different religions unite behind the scenes to fight against who they feel is the enemy at the time. You know what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. The same way, and a lot of Jews and a lot of Jewish people and a lot of Arabs is in cahoots with each other against different Muslim countries that they don't feel should be up there or is not falling in line with the American agenda. You know what I'm saying? They can do it. It was them skinhead, the white nationalists that backed the Asians to take that shit to the Supreme Court to knock down affirmative action when it deals with Harvard and all that. They do shit like that. They use different groups against other different, you know what I'm saying, groups to get what they need, and we fall for it every time. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, but there is still a respect there between all of them. Yeah. Right? It's a respect there, right? A respect that we don't get as a people.
Yeah.
You see what I'm saying? It's a respect that we don't get as a people that they still get, whether they divided or not. The Shiite, when they come across the Shiite, they're going to respect that circle of Islam. They come across the other sect, they're going to respect that circle of Islam. It's just they might not get along with each other. Okay, cool. You know what I mean? But it's still a level of respect that they get from police or from whoever. You see what I'm saying? A respect that we don't get as a people.
Well, yeah, definitely. That beef that the devil, the Caucasian has with us is definitely personal. 9/11 showed that. For them to be able to kill hundreds of police and hundreds of firefighters and EMS and all the other groups and not one Arab be treated like Louima, you know what I'm saying? Or Diallo, you know what I'm saying? That show you that between the when the Caucasian, where the government, when the establishment deal with us is personal. It's a personal hatred that they have for African black.
Right. But they treat us. What it is the fact that we're not, the lack of togetherness. There's no culture. You understand? Because an Arab will go shoot up a store and he'll still get arrested.
Yeah.
One of us go shoot up a store, we get murdered.
Yeah.
Because it shows a different respect. Like, you see what I'm saying? In other words, niggas ain't nothing. Like, get rid of them. Like, we can do without them, like, type shit. Like, you know what I mean? And it's because of us. We have, the people observe how we operate, how we function, how we exist, right? And it's, every time you hear something about, let the niggas wipe each other out. They only can say that because that's what they see. That's why I said, you said they jumped on a little girl. Police was nowhere around, which they probably was. But then soon as, some people come on the set, now all of a sudden they there.
Yeah, because they're to deal with us is kind of you're able to deal with like easy prey. Us having the lack of culture, of spirituality, of all of that, taking on the oppression shit, you know what I'm saying? And living and dealing amongst each other, you know what I'm saying, off of emotion and all these other type things. It's put us at the weakness, you know what I'm saying, on the scale, you know what I'm saying, like on the war field, you know what I'm saying, like these other people is coming with it from their culture, you know what I'm saying, their culture speaks of this highly, you know what I'm saying, the Asian culture, you know what I'm saying, the meditation and sit back and let's relax on this and look into this. You know what I'm saying? This other culture, Islam, you know what I'm saying? And all these other different cultures have some shit to calm and show their people how to deal with war and all that shit properly. But our shit was erased. And until we physically, you know what I'm saying, mentally get back to that place to where we know we God again, we gonna be always messed up in the game, bro. Like that's the shit that fuck us up. You know what I'm saying? When you like the same way when people see you and they be like, oh, you think you God, blah blah blah, and they put you at so high esteem. When the individual says to himself, I'm God, he puts himself in a higher esteem. That if he really feels that and knows that, he don't do the same bullshit that niggas do. You know what I'm saying? And conduct themselves, you know what I'm saying? In that light. He give up a lot of the childish, niggerish ways, you know what I'm saying? So
coming to go,
yeah. So we gotta get back to the point as a people, man. It's not even gonna be a people, it's just gonna be a certain amount of individuals where we just start walking as gods again. You know what I'm saying? And they'll fear that more than the Sonny and Godfather. You know what I'm saying? Sonny and Godfather, they already planned that nigga out. They planned that nigga out. They paid the brother-in-law to keep fucking up the wife. Knowing that was gonna piss off the brother. You know what I'm saying? To have him, they knew that nigga's gonna be so pissed off where he was gonna drive and be going that they could light his ass up. That's how they got us every fucking time. You see millions of videos of it. Oh, nigga, you a nigga, a monkey, woo. And we get upset, and you know what I'm saying? Like, we gotta stop moving like that. We gotta stop moving. Like, yo, if you shave that monkey, he's you. You that monkey. You know what I'm saying?
But that like it says in the law, what's that, law of relativity? An object in motion remains in motion unless it's knocked off course by outside force. You know what I mean? We don't stand firm on the square, God. And that's what I'm saying, we don't take shit serious. You know what I mean? We don't stand firm on the square. You know what I mean? And we always allow ourselves, because and that you got to go back to the mind. We have to teach these kids how to think, right? How to think, how to strategize, how to do things by design. Right? All right, they jumped on a little sister. The first thing you do is you get upset, you run out there, and so we lost twice. We lost twice. They beat up the little girl, and then somebody goes to jail. Because, like I said, intelligence over emotion, God. I over the E. You gotta know how to think, God. That's the only way to be victorious, God. And sometimes it takes, it takes patience. It takes tolerance. It takes, not sometimes, all the time. You know what I mean? Like for instance, but basically, that's in a nutshell. That's what it is. You gotta know how to think. Mind over matter. You gotta, all right, boom. And then you gotta move by design. You gotta have a plan. He who fails to plan plans to fail. That shit is very impactful, God. You know what I mean? And it's like, and we don't know how to do that, God. Like, this is the first time, like, even with that ice shit, like, know, I seen a couple of people putting out, you know, videos saying, yo, black people, mind your business. Mind your business. Or even with that Palestine shit and all that shit. I was like, yo, nah, yo, we gotta learn to say nah. Like you said at the inception of this bill, we gotta worry about us.
Yeah.
Right? Self-reflection, and, you know, family, then the community, then, you know what I mean, and so forth and so on. We gotta do that shit first. Getting in, butting in shit with all these other people, fuck that, man. There ain't no slight against them. You know what I mean? But the Palestinians call these kids YNs too.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like, you know, them motherfuckers come sell their chopped cheese in the neighborhood, they don't get nothing back.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So it's like, yo, we gotta worry about us, man. And really, you know, because we don't have no land. We don't, them motherfuckers tell us to get out of here. I mean, well, you got certain parts of Africa that's saying, oh, well, black Americans is welcome to citizenship here. You know, okay, that's a start. But, you know, we don't have no place to call home.
Yeah.
But that's why they treat us like they treat us. Like, you know what I mean? They're like, yo, don't nobody want y'all niggas. Like, you know what I mean? And so that's why, you know, the Arab can shoot somebody and still get arrested because they know he got backup.
Yeah.
That they respect. Right? The first thing happened, Israel dropped that fucking bomb on Iran. First thing niggas was saying was, damn, we gotta be careful over here. Them niggas got cells over. You see what I'm saying? They got cells, so now we over here nervous because we know, because we respect they gangster.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? But they don't, nobody respect ours like that. I mean, they did with Malcolm and them, and Father and all, you know, them prevalent individuals was making knowledge born for real and standing on it. Oh, they're like, yo, like this motherfucker God for real. We couldn't bribe him with a blank check. Like that, standing on it, God.
Yeah.
He was like, yo, you can't buy the love of my people from me. You can't, I'm not doing that. You know what I mean? Now imagine if we had a nation full of that. Yo, we wouldn't be here now. We'd be at a much higher level right now.
Yeah, but we got a nation filled up. Say we got a nation filled of Sambos.
Yeah, Sambo niggas, bro.
Sambo.
Yep.
That man birthday come around, that July 4th, 1776, and niggas be like fucking Stevie Wonder.
Yeah. They go by fireworks.
Put up fireworks and barbecuing.
Barbecue pigs and shit, yeah. They eat a bunch of hot dogs.
Can't even tell you when Malcolm X's birthday is. You know what I'm saying?
Oh, yeah.
Most times come around, these dudes ain't got nothing to say. You know, Martin Luther King, they sleep. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
We have we're too far removed to even to rely on that to be some shit to save us. To say black people be gonna save us. We might as well wait for Jesus to come from the sky.
Yeah.
If we gonna wait for us to unify to think that's gonna be the saving force, you in the same predicament as motherfuckers that's waiting for the Messiah to turn.
Yeah.
Saying you got that much. The Messiah might turn faster than niggas unifying.
Yeah.
Know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So it gotta be an individual and a group thing. You know what I'm saying? Cause us as a whole, like nah, bro. Like anytime there was 1 year, I was like, yeah, man, we gonna come together. We gonna unify. And then I think a week or 2 weeks later was July 4th, and I said, hell no, that shit ain't gonna happen.
Yeah, God.
Niggas celebrate their own birthday. Most people celebrate their own birthday 1 or 2 days, or maybe for the week. When niggas celebrate the nation birthday, they celebrate that shit for the next month.
And that's so what I'm saying. We always in other people's business and other people's cultures, and you know what I mean? And never concentrate on our own.
In a world of noise, we choose clarity.
Go to the oppressed. Go to the downtrodden. Go to the exploited. Go to the people who don't know who they are, who are lost in knowledge of themselves, and who are strangers in a land that is not theirs. Go to those people. Go to the slaves. Go to the second-class citizens. Go to the ones who are suffering the brunt of Caesar's brutality. And if Jesus were here in America today, he wouldn't be going to the white man. The white man is the oppressor. He would be going to the oppressed. He would be going to the humble. He would be going to the lowly. He would be going to the rejected and the despised. He would be going to the so-called American Negro.
Basically, we're poor righteous teachers, and we strive to civilize people that don't have no knowledge of themselves. The person is living a life of wickedness or doing evil.
In a world
It's
of
our duty
noise,
as civilized people, as fathers, to
choose clarity.
strive to educate them, to put them on the proper path.
In a world of noise, we
Sin,
choose.
bondage, come on, getting kicked around in life and taken advantage of, to another place, a good place, a land that flows with milk and honey. How many of y'all think that sounds like a better deal? I'll take milk and honey over bondage and beatings any day of the week.